so.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna try this, I guess, and then. This is like the second time I'm refilming this video because I filmed it earlier today. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling up in the mood, but now I'm about to do homework and I feel like I'm in the mood to film a what's on my iPhone video, so that's exactly what we're gonna fucking do right now, bitches. That's exactly what we're gonna fucking do. What is up, you guys? If you're new here, my name is Breeyahn. I make videos on the internet and I never upload on time. I never upload consistently. But that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is about what is on my iPhone 11. I did a video like this last year when I got the iPhone 11. But now, it's a year later, Apple still hasn't released new iPhones yet. So I think it is proper time to do another what's on my iPhone video because obviously a lot has changed in a year. Obviously, we recently got iOS 14, which has been a huge major overhaul to the way the home screen looks, and it's going to make what's on my iPhone videos very, very unique and very interesting to every single person. So thank you, Apple gods, for letting us do this to our home screens finally. And yes, you stupid Android people, yes, you're going to keep commenting saying, we had that for years. Yeah, we fucking know that already, okay? I'm still not going to be caught dead with an Android phone, okay? Obviously, as you can tell by my little Halloween background and the shirt I'm wearing, which is a Nightmare Before Christmas shirt, and my lock screen, which I'll show you guys in a minute, and the recently edition of this phone case. You can tell it is spooky season in this motherfucking bitch. So that is what the theme of my iOS home screen is going to be. I think I'm going to do this again for Christmas because I want to do different iOS 14 home screens. And if you like that concept, give me a like and let me know down below so I can do this video again in December. Hopefully when I have iPhone 12 Pro Max. Let's hope, let's pray that into existence. Let's manifest an iPhone 12 Pro Max into our existence because I want the fuck out of that phone so badly. But yeah, before we get started, I want to show you guys my phone case. So I got this case from Casetify. If you don't know what Casetify is, it's probably the best place to get phone cases. It is one of the neon liquid sand cases, and yes, when you turn it, the sand does move around and shift, and it's really fucking cool. However, only complaint about this case is that it is a monster fucking thick ass case. Like, look at this. You can fucking chunk this at someone's head and they're gonna break a skull. I can guarantee you that right away. But that enough with my case. Let's get into what's on this actual iPhone, shall we? Starting off with my home screen, I got this really, really cool fall wallpaper that I got off Pinterest. I was looking for fall themes, and then when we swipe up, this is my first home screen on my end. The first thing you see is my color widget. So it says Monday, September 21st at 7:54 p.m., which is the time I'm filming this video, and my phone is at 23%. And this is a really, really awesome widget I do recommend for people who especially do have iPhones with the notch. You can actually see your battery percentages on your home screen, which is something that we've been needing for like 10,000 million years now. Anyways, we have some stock apps, which is phone, camera, photos, and mail, which are apps I pretty much use on the daily a lot. Next widget is my calendar widget, which gives me a aerial view of my month and what day it is, and then it gives me some of my events that come up. Below that, I have Discord, Google, AccuWeather, Settings, Ring, Gmail, Google Maps, and Day One, which is a journaling app that I use a lot. A new addition that happened last year was Discord. I am now on Discord. I don't have a Discord server because I don't feel like I'm not raw enough or not popular enough to have a Discord server. But yeah, those are just the apps I pretty much use on my daily basis that I want right directly when I unlock my phone. And below that, I have just my standard apps, which are iMessage, then Chrome, Podcasts, which I actually do want to segue into it really quickly. I do have my freaking very own podcast, which is called the Actually Not Okay, the podcast. Here's an episode I just recently recorded. Apple clickbait us all. If you're interested in my podcast, please be sure to look up my podcast. You just go to anchor.fm/Brian-Lesniak. Next app I have is the music app, which is the app that I use. I use Apple Music, so that's the Apple Music app. I really do not like the new music app icon. It looks like the old music icon back from the iPhone 4 days. So I'm not really too fond about the way that looks. Off to my second home screen, I have right now, currently it is 65 degrees and partly cloudy, and it gives you the aerial view of the forecast for today, which is honestly really, really cool, and I'm really happy. Weather Widget gives you that information. And then you can see these two Widgetsmith apps. Widgetsmith is an app that I use for my widgets. It basically is just a aesthetically pleasing widget app. So I want to kind of combine different images onto my home screen and then have the apps move around accordingly to it. So the first 4 apps I use are basically my 4 main used social media apps, which is Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And then the next set of apps are actually my folders. These are the 4 main folders that I do use. I have the adulting folder, which includes LastPass, Chicago Transit app, Nighthawk, which is my router, Xfinity, my account, Haya, which is basically just helps prevent spam calls and lets you see who's calling you, Amazon Alexa. I don't want to say it right now because my Alexa is right over to the side of me and it's going to go off if I talk about it. Yahoo Mail. We don't talk about Yahoo Mail Venture because that's how I pay for my transit. And then randomly on a second page is my Google Home app because I do have a Google Home. I just don't ever use it. The next set of folders I have are my banking apps, which are PayPal, Cash App. Here's my Cash App. Please be sure to send me $1,000 right away. Here's my Venmo. Prism, which is basically just a way I can track all my bills. Credit Karma. Clio, which is basically just an internet roasting app that lets you roast you about your credit history and what you pay for, and it's very, very toxic and very, very dramatic, but I keep it anyways. Discover app, which is for my credit card. Wallet, and I actually did get rejected for the Apple Card, not once, but twice, yes. I'm gonna have MB Mobile, which is basically just my bank account. The next app I have is all for my work. I'm blurring this out because I don't want you to see where I work. Let's just move on. Then I have my schooling apps, which is basically my college that I go to, which I'm going to blur that out. I have Docs, Rocketbook, which is basically a notebook that I found off of TikTok that lets you scan in notebooks digitally and then use the PDF files and then basically just have a reusable notebook that you can erase and do whatever you want with it. Google Drive, you know what Google Drive is. Photomath, which is basically a thing how I cheat on my math homework. Canvas, which is basically just my internet client for my school. Outlook, which is basically just my school email, and then Adobe Scan, which is another scanning app for having to upload things to my school. So now we're on to my third home screen. So starting off, I have 2 Widgetsmith widgets, which are basically just little widgets I like to have for photos. It's 2 collages I got off of Pinterest. The first app I have is my social app, and again, it's weirdly organized. So this is basically just all my social media apps / other social media type apps that I have nowhere else to put, and they're just over here. So I have Pinterest, then I have the Pattern, which is basically my astrology app, Time Passages. So that's an interesting app. Animal Crossing New Horizons Guide, because I actually used to really keep up with my Animal Crossing village. Reddit, I never use Reddit, but I have it on here anyways. Goods, which is basically an app that tells you, Goods Unitas, which is basically an app that tells you which company is Republican, which company is Democrat. Tinder, because I am single and very, very, very desperate. Bitmoji. Then I have the Wizarding World app. We don't talk about that because of what happened to J.K. Rowling. Nintendo Switch Online app, which is what I use to communicate with Nintendo Switch to play online games. YOLO app, which is basically just an app that you use to put things in your story and let people swipe up and tell you anonymous messages. Citizen app, which basically tells you a whole bunch of crime statistics in your area, which is good to know. Periscope, which is basically whenever I want to go live on Twitter. Okay, next app I have is the Shop app, which is basically just all my shopping apps that I use to pay for shit and buy shit. So starting off, I have Dunkin' Donuts, which I use for my coffee, Starbucks, which I use for my coffee too, eBay, Best Buy, Uber, Ticketmaster, Walmart, Etsy, and then Amazon. Yeah. Next page, I have the Walgreens app. I don't even know why I have the Walgreens app on here. I have Wish, because sometimes I like to go on Wish at like 3 o'clock in the morning and find shit that I want to buy, and then I actually ultimately don't buy because I know it's a stupid decision. I have Yelp, because sometimes I like to leave bad Yelp reviews for places that piss me off. Apple Store app, you know what that is. Target, Zillow, because Zillow is a fun app to go on when you're very, very bored and want to look up mansions that you want to live into one day, because it's a fun app to have. Live Nation, you get the point. Postmates and Uber Eats, which are 2 delivery apps I use all the time to Postmate me foods because
I'm a fat ass fucking bitch.
The next app is the Movies app, which is basically just a bunch of apps that I use to stream shit on. So I have Hulu and Showtime because I get that for free with my Spotify subscription. I have Prime Video, which is something I don't even have anymore, so I don't even know why I have that app. Xfinity Stream app, because I have Xfinity TV, so I can stream shit on there. I have Apple TV, Vudu. I think I have like 1 Vudu movie. Movies, that's another app I used to watch some movies that I have digital downloads for. Tubi is a really fucking awesome app because it shows a whole bunch of free, and I mean 100% free, movies to watch. Quibi, or QB, or whatever the fuck it's called. I think it's called Quibi. Twitch, because I like to watch some Twitch streams. Byte. There was a time that TikTok was going to be deleted, and it had to go to another platform. We have Netflix, Disney Plus, and YouTube. We all know what the fuck happens with those apps. Apple crap. This is a folder where I have all my Apple crap in it. I mean, you can look at it really quickly. Everyone's iPhone has this. We all know what the fuck this is. The next app I have is my editing app, which is basically I have all my editing tools in there that I use for like videos, podcasts, shit like that. So starting off, we have Apple Clips, Facetune 2, VSCO, which used to be a photo editing app, and now it's a fucking social media, which is fucking annoying. GarageBand, Logic Remote, Camera Connections for my camera, PixArt, iMovie, Apollo, Unfold, Video Saver. I use that to save Twitter videos. Halidi, which is an app that I used to have for my phone that didn't have portrait mode on the back. Music Memos, I don't even know why I have that app. Splice is an app that I also use for that type of shit. InShot, another video editing app. Image Search, I use that to fucking search people's pictures on Tinder that I don't believe who are real. Voice Mod Clips, I use it for editing. Huji, which is basically just a cool way to edit photos. Giphy, you know, Giphy is Pic, Play, Post, you know what that is. YouTube Studio, Spotify Artist, Face App, Reface, Over, Instasize, and Google Photos. This is my other app folder. This is basically just a whole bunch of apps I actually really don't give a shit about, but I have to use sometimes every once in a while. So I have Show Light app, which is basically just an app for my Christmas lights. Song Shift, it's basically for whenever I want to switch to Apple Music or Spotify, I use that app to switch it. GIF Keyboard, AdGuard, Lens, Genie, which is for my lights. SmartCast, which is for my soundbar. Roku, for my Roku. Philips Hue, Bluetooth, because I have Bluetooth lights on it. And T0, which is a countdown app. Now they haven't updated for iOS 14 yet, so I haven't really used it yet. And then I have games, which is a bunch of games that I just... Colorbomb 3D, Tomb of the Mask. I have not played that game in forever, so obviously I don't know what the fuck game that is. Best Fiends, you already know what Best Fiends is. Stack, Night Sky, and Taboo, which is another one of those story apps. Wizards Unite, Pokemon Go, Sway, Episode, Subway Surfer, Cube Surfer, Plotagon, which actually I used to make some animated videos. Some of the piano, because I actually had a goal over quarantine to learn the piano, but that backfired. And yeah, guys, that is what is on my iPhone 11. Obviously, if you swipe over, do I really have to explain this app section? It's basically a whole bunch of my folders, a bunch of my widgets I actually like to keep, and then you swipe over here, and this is all of my apps in the app library, which you can swipe down and have an itemized list of every single app that I have on this phone, which is an iOS 14 feature. But yeah, we made it through a video. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video of what's on my iPhone. Hopefully I'll have what's on my iPhone 12 Pro Max out by the end of the year, and then I will have a iPhone 12 Pro Max unboxing video, hopefully. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, please be sure to subscribe, or don't subscribe, I don't really care. Share this video with your friends, do whatever you got to do. I will see you guys in the next video. I cannot talk right now, so I'm just gonna leave this video off. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Okay, bye.
Do you love me?